So we're on the next one. I don't have a question, just a statement. I am proud of Malia for standing up for herself when Erica and her friend both disrespected her at the bar. Yes, Lord. They were clearly poking a sleeping bear and didn't realize Malia could and would hold her own. I agree with that 1000%. That's my statement, and I'm sticking to it. I mean, I enjoyed every piece of this fight, especially because I wasn't in it. It was great to just sit back and read and be like, yeah, girl, yeah, give it to her. When I heard that somebody got kicked in the stomach and she tried to like charge for her, and she threw a chair and that chick tripped over the chair, like I pictured all this mess, and I was like, sitting back. I had made dinner last night. I had made some roasted chicken, some macaroni and cheese, and I did a romaine salad. And I'm just sitting there with my food like, yeah, yeet, yeet. And I have my little Stella Rosa. I know it's not the strong stuff, but I have my little Stella Rosa, and I just enjoyed this little chapter.
Love me some Stella Rosa.
Girl, they have a pink one now. It's I'll go get. Anyways, they have, of course, we both love that Stella Rosa black, but girl, they have a Stella Rosa pink berry. It's not like it's not a blush. It's a pink berry, and it's all of that and then some. That's the one that I had. I had the pink berry last night with my dinner, and I got to. I was about to say watch this fight, but I read this fight, and yeah. So
you watched it in your mind.
Yeah.
You watched it in your mind.
Very well written. I pictured everything that was happening.
I am so proud of Malia too. And I was actually in this fight too, because I was reenacting the scene. So I got me some licks in. So I've been waiting for this scene for so long. Yeah. Oh man, I was so excited. I think we talked about it too, Karina. We were like yelling in the phone. We were having such a great time. We were talking about how to F these bees up. So go Malia.
I was proud of Malia as well, and I was, I was proud of her, but I was also proud of her friends for, letting it be known. You try just do one more thing, and we lighten this place up, because that's the energy that I'm on these days. I don't make trouble for people. People make trouble for me, and I finish the trouble that they started. I've never been a person who's out here just like orchestrating violence or beefs. But if you want that, then I'll make sure I take care of that for you. You know what I'm saying? And so finally seeing Malia just stand up for herself, to stop listening to somebody who's taunting you. It was like, poking a sleeping bear and then being like, oh my God, because by the time that fight was over, Erica did what Erica always did. And that was to be a victim. You caused this whole situation, and now poor little me, because I got my ass wiped, So yes, I was proud that Malia took it to her. Sometimes things are uncomfortable, but they need to be said. They need to be said. And I was proud that her friends were like, no, we're backing this up. Y'all want it? Then come and get it. But I was glad that Malia dealt with her, because it was too much of what, she had been doing. And she literally was poking her. All the stuff that she said, she admitted to everybody that you've ever messed with. I've had them. I've gone after them, and I'm going after Chan too. And I'm going to F him real good. And it was like, oh, okay. All right. Malia was like, I've had all that I can have of this. I've heard all that I will hear of this. You got to get your face slapped. So I was proud of her. And I was proud of her. And like Alicia said, I was all in my mind. It was like a movie scene. I could literally see everything happening. I was there. Like Kyrie said, she was in there getting her licks in. I saw that. I felt that. We worked on this fight scene, and we worked on it. It was good, baby. We was screaming in the phone. We was having a ball with it. So. Who has the next question? Let me see. Oh, it's mine. It says, Jaleesa came to reinforce Erica's trashy behavior. Why does she have a bone to pick with Malia? Question mark. Do they have history? Nope, they don't have any history. Likeness attracts likeness. And Erica has a certain type of demeanor about herself that attracts in people just like her. So I see Jaleesa as a person who's like, oh, okay, you want to make some trouble today? I'm here. Let me get dressed so I can show up for a fight. Like, she strikes me as the type of person who just, she lives for some drama. So that's why her and Erica are such good friends, because at a moment's notice, they can turn up and tear up some stuff. So no, they don't have a beef. They don't know each other. I think they've probably seen each other maybe at the club. They've probably seen each other around town, but like, they don't know each other. But, you know, Jaleesa and Erika have been friends for a while. And so, you know, she's probably like, and there's this girl that she's my god sister, but she's such a, and, you know, and so she's probably, you know, that's what friends do. If your friend comes to you and she's like, no, because I don't like her, she didn't to me, you're going to be like, word? Okay, well, your enemy's my enemy. You know what I mean? So I feel like that's Jaleesa's energy. Jaleesa's like, okay, she has been causing beef with my girl, so now I'm beefing with her. So that's what that was.
I agree. What do we always talk about? The messy spirits. So she had a messy spirit in her. But yeah, she was just the sidekick, the hype man. And, you know, we heard from our wonderful author here, they had no history. So hopefully won't be seeing her messy spirit anymore, unless she gonna get rocked again next in a few chapters.
I was just about to say, after that beat down, she ain't coming back around. That was one and done. I don't think we're gonna hear I hope not, unless she's crazy and a glutton for punishment like Erica. You know, they say what, birds of a something flock together. Yeah. But no, that was a bad enough beat down to where hopefully she like, nah, sis. When it come to Malia and her girls, I don't want none of that smoke. No.
She gotta get her titty fixed first.
Right. You know, you go back up your homegirl and don't busted a whole titty, and now you sitting out here in the street all, you know, got her all messed up. And so, yeah, I guess she was there just to back Erica. She probably, because Erica has done so much and she hasn't, you know, gotten her butt whooped yet. You know, for the most part, people cuss her out, send her on her way. So Jaleesa's probably like, oh, we're just going to be an argument. You know, we might slap a bitch. She did not anticipate that kind of beatdown that she got. And so if I was Jaleesa personally, I'd be like, you know what? When we get back to the crib, I'm whooping your ass for getting me in this. I don't busted a titty. My dress is torn. My eyes all messed up. Nah, sis, I didn't sign up for this. So, yeah, I guess she was just there to have her homegirls back, but she ended up getting that work too. So I don't think she's going to come back and be around. She didn't have no beef with Malia and still got beat down as if she, you know, as if she was Erica. So, nah, unless she's stupid, like I said, she ain't gonna come back. I hope not.
She said, you told me your cousin was a punk.
You said she was about nothing. Now you missing a titty.
See, and that's exactly what happened. You know what? Because Erica has never seen this side of Malia before. She's always had, you know, little casual FUs and walking away. To get this full on action, like she was a construction worker. She drilled that face. You know what I'm saying? So I just don't think that she was really anticipating it. Now, I do feel like Erica wanted to fight Malia. I feel like she wanted to fight her. I think that's why she was talking really crazy at the bar. That's the reason why she was explaining what she had done. You know, there were things that even in the car ride when they were on their way to the club where Malia was like, she always felt like over, you know, the years that Erica had went after men that she had dated or liked at some point, but it wasn't ever really confirmed, but she kind of just always felt like this. And then for her to tell her, yeah, I have. And Moneybags Kong, you know what I'm saying? He's next on the menu. Like he about to get towed down too. So, I just think it was a lot. I feel like she wanted to fight her, and I feel like she wanted it to be something where her and Jaleesa just like beat her up, like we beat her down, whoop-dee, bop, bop, bop. And then they were the ones who got tore down. They were the ones who hair was missing and extensions were all over the place. And they were the ones who really got it the worst. You know, it wasn't expected because they thought they was going to come in and clean up some stuff, and they got cleaned up. So It wasn't what she thought it was going to be.
All right. Our next question is, when Malia pushed Erica's friend down and slapped her in the face, I was shocked. I didn't I didn't think she would take it that far. I don't think she should have allowed them to take her there. Violence doesn't solve anything. What are your thoughts, ladies? Well, ma'am, sir. um I was proud of Malia. So I feel like she has been doing an award-winning job trying to keep it together. And she honestly should have snapped chapters ago. Okay. So, and you're right. Violence doesn't solve anything. But on the other hand, violence does solve a few things if you do it right. Some people need the fear of God put into them, so they know that, you're not the one to be trifled with. And, for me, I used to think, speaking softly and always being patient and understanding and, no matter what, I thought it would make people, be nice and respect me, but I have ran into a few demons in human form, and they don't back down. Like, you can't, talking nice to them doesn't work. Being understanding doesn't work. Crying, being sad, and just, walking away, trying to keep the peace, that doesn't work. They will come after you. They will pick at you. They will threaten you. They will try you and try you and try you, no matter what you do, to turn the other cheek. So I had to learn to boss up on them. I had to learn to speak a little louder because clearly they didn't hear me the first 5 times. I've had to add a few choice words, to let them know, hey, you might want to think twice before you come over here, and I don't start fights, but I will definitely finish them, and so, you have to get that way with people because people, they will try you out here. And I felt like that's exactly what happened to Malia. She didn't ask for this to happen. Matter of fact, she walked away so she can cool off because she was getting there. And they came after her, so they got what they got. So that's my thoughts.
I agree with both of you. I don't think that it went too far. As a matter of fact, it went as far as it needed to go, and everybody got what they deserved. They brought that on themselves. I don't think she should have allowed them to take her there. No, no, because she has tried, like I said, and just like Kyrie said, she tried to walk away. She tried to walk away, like she usually does. She has not. That's why this was, I guess, in a way, shocking for Erica, because Erica's used to pushing Malia's buttons and nothing happens. She might get cussed out. Somebody might be like, "Get out of here," and that's just the end of it, So no, she has held on as long as she could. Kyrie was just saying, like, she thought talking soft and being nice and stuff would, get respect or get people to listen to you. And no, it doesn't. I remember with Karina once, back in the day, Karina was that really nice, oh, blah, 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 blah. And she gave people way more grace than they deserved. I remember, I was always the asshole, but I'm like, Karina, girl, don't, why are you being so nice? Like, you don't see what's wrong with this chick? Like, it was always me. I was always the butt, I don't know if it was because of how I grew up and stuff that had happened, whatever. Just, by the time I was like 10 years old, if I peeped, something was off, something was off. So I was never like, oh, I want to fill this out. No, I don't want to fill out nothing. I could see your spirit and it ain't nice, and get the hell away from me and get away from my family. So, no, I wasn't the one that talked nice and talked soft or whatever. I can't help that I have a soft voice naturally, but no, I wasn't. I guess I don't know. I guess I was kind of the mean one, but no, she tried. so many times to try, oh, that's Erica being Erica, whatever. So, no, I don't think it went too far. It says violence doesn't solve anything. No, it won't solve it, but, it might bring some resolution to, you know, the whole situation. Like Jaleesa, I'm sure she's not, but she learned not to go hopping into other people's business. And Erica might actually back down. It's not going to be a total, oh, well, you know what, this is how I feel, and they're going to have a heart to heart about this. But, it could be a motivator. Stop being so messy, to get popped against the head and stuff. Like, I ain't saying, you got to take off and kill them, but I mean, this was in the making. It needed to happen at some point. So that's my thoughts.
Let me go back and read this so I can give it a good read. You was shocked, huh? I don't think it went too far. I think, like Alicia said, it went where it needed to go. I get so tired of people saying to people, don't allow people to push you that far. Well, when you have already walked away and you've been followed, when you've already turned one cheek and they slap that one, and then you turn another cheek, they slap that. Like, how many more cheeks do you think that I'm going to start giving out? I mean, I'm going to say this. At some point, you have to you have to validate people's violence. When people have done all that they could do to stop a situation from going somewhere, and you're not going to. I would have said that the better question would have been that this for Erica was wrong, and Erica shouldn't have went this far. Not Malia shouldn't have allowed them. No, war is war. You know what I'm saying? We read about it in history and how people had fights on battlefields, and we're like the brave men and women. Malia was a brave woman who slapped a face, knocked a chick in her mouth, knocked a tooth out. Like, I'm proud of her. People will sit back and like, well, that's ghetto. Oh, it's not? So that battle that took place at Gettysburg, you sit back and you memorialize these men who got on battlefields and fought for what they believed in. But when a woman slaps another woman down because she has tried to be diplomatic, that's a problem. Guess what? I'm no longer talking soft to a person who doesn't deserve softness. Okay? You get what you get. So if I'm giving you demon, well, then that means that you have brought the demon out, and I'm okay with that. I'm okay with bringing out whatever it is that you need me to work with you with. You know what I'm saying? Because it's a mirror, baby. I'm a reflection of whatever it is that you are. So if you need that work, I am a reflection of the work that you're going to get. Okay. No, Malia didn't take it too far. No, I wasn't shocked or disappointed. I felt like it should have happened a long time ago. Oh, violence doesn't solve any. It says who? But we still have states where they have execution, people being executed for their crimes. Does death kill? Does death solve things? Yeah, not all states, but there are still states out here, that capital punishment is a serious thing. So, it's funny how, depending on the institution or the person committing acts of violence or crimes, how that's okay, while other people do it. It's just ratchet. It's just ghetto. It's just hood. It's not necessary. It's necessary. Okay, so does violence solve things? It does. Sometimes violence is the ultimate, deal breaker in this situation. I know now that I have broken this. I can't go back. I know now that if I show up for Christmas and I act this way, Malia's stepping off in my A. So she's going to be like, I crossed the line and I got served. Yeah, you did get served. You know what I'm saying? I'm tired of us teaching people never to fight. I remember a long time ago, my son had a situation at school where this school little bully constantly bothering my son, but he wasn't just bothering my son, he was bothering a bunch of other kids. And one of his friends' mom was like, T, I'm just so disappointed in you. You shouldn't have let that boy, push you to that point, and I'm disappointed in you. And he was like, he slapped me in the face. And she was just like, violence doesn't solve anything, and I don't care. You should have been the bigger person. And my son was like, came home, he was like, I'm really disappointed because his mom is like disappointed in me. And I was like, I'm not. High five. And I told him straight up, I would have been disappointed in you if you would have came home and let somebody slap you in your freaking face and you just sat back and took it. I would have had to beat you up. Like, let's be honest. I told him I don't care how she raises her kids. I raise my kids that if somebody comes to you and they want to be violent, baby, you have to match violence with violence. Defend yourself, protect yourself, normalize people protecting themselves, okay, and standing up for themselves. And so 3 months later, that same bully beat her son down. I mean, beat him real bad to the point she had to take him to urgent care when she picked him up from from the school, and she told my son and a bunch of other kids, "You guys are cowards for sitting back and watching him beat my son." I'm like, you've trained your son to not fight back. So my son was like, I wasn't even there. He was like, I was somewhere else in the building when the fight broke out, or else I would have jumped in. But everybody else was so scared of this boy. My son was like, listen, we not going to do this no more. He ain't going to keep running around this school fighting people. I told him, I said, you and your friends need to have a conversation. Stop letting this boy, punk you guys, because he knew they weren't going to do anything. Honey, them kids had a conversation. They were like, why are we afraid of him? Have we ever seen him fight anybody really, other than the people who won't fight back? Have we ever really seen that? Girl, tables turn. People was like, next time he hits us, hit him in the face, hit him in the nose. My son came back, was like, well, I busted his nose today because he hit me. All my son did was punch this kid in his nose bled, and that boy left my son alone permanently. The other kids started being like, oh, kick him between the legs if he comes at. Them kids started using violence, and that boy got himself together and fast. This little boy had been a terrorist at that school. Oh, and we're working with behavioral specialists, and we're trying to get him some help. And his parents said that, he's out of control. Get a belt for him. Help him. Help him speak the language of God. Like, stop. So, don't spare that rod, baby. Hook him up. It was like in middle school, and they all became friends. But he became friends with all them kids who had give him that work. He never tried those kids again. Black spoon, baby, is what we out here doing in these streets.
My daughter. Jael calls Karina Auntie Black Spoon because she be acting up, and she knows Karina's voice. And Karina's like, girl, you better get that spoon and work her. And I mean, work her. And I'm like, And so I kept ignoring it. One day, I can't remember. I think she got out the house. She did something crazy. And I was like, we're going to graduate. We're gonna do just what Auntie Karina said. And we're going to get this. And girl, I got that spoon out and gave her a ride of her life. And so the next time, and she remembered that, because even now, if I pull out the spoon or the spatula, the black spoon, the she's like, or she get the running or whatever. And so when she hears Karina's, because she remember Karina telling me to use a black spoon on her butt. And so when she hears Karina's voice, on speakerphone, she, Auntie Black Spoon. Auntie Black, that's Auntie Black Spoon.
Honey, that black spoon, it has magic, It has magic. It does.